Do you have a hard time talking to people? According to the National Institute of Health, 7.1% of American adults experience social anxiety disorder every year. That's 15 million Americans. That's a lot of people who have trouble talking to other people. So if you're an introvert or struggle to hold conversations with people, you're not alone. Maybe you're one of the millions of people who prefer to communicate through writing. Hey, I'm Cameron. I'm a professional writer and author, and I use this YouTube channel to help writers like you finish their projects. Many famous writers throughout history have suffered from social anxiety. One that immediately comes to mind and is a great example is Franz Kafka. He wrote many letters and journals and novellas about wanting to be distanced from people and not wanting to feel left out. So he isolated himself instead. I too have had severe anxiety about talking to other people face to face for a long time now. I do everything I can to avoid making phone calls or even having casual conversations with people that I know. When I do talk to people, I stumble over my words and I have weird pauses. My mouth moves faster than my brain, and I get halfway through a sentence and suddenly realize I don't even know where it's going and I can't save it. And just that feeling that I get it's horrible. I mean, I literally have to write this entire script word for word just so it would make sense when you watched it. If this sounds familiar to you and you haven't tried writing as a hobby, you might want to consider it. We're fortunate enough to live in an era right now where communicating mostly through writing is actually a reasonable way to live. Between email and messaging and AI and most of the internet, I mean, written words make up a majority of the information that we consume and that we share with others. So obviously, improving your writing skills is a simple way to get ahead. Becoming a writer will make you stand out. Being a writer doesn't necessarily mean you have to write novels. Like I mentioned before, writing is everywhere. For example, I've made a great living over the last 5 years writing simple instructions for products from various companies and brands throughout the world. And I get those jobs by writing an eye-catching resume and by writing engaging emails. All of it has nothing to do with actually writing books, but writing is the backbone. And I wouldn't have been able to earn a living that way over the last 5 years if I hadn't been practicing. Just like any other skill, in writing, you have to practice to get better. So start a project, set a goal, and make a commitment to yourself that you are going to improve your writing skills. Maybe you do want to write a novel. Well, great. Pick a premise, write an outline, and get started. Maybe you want to write better emails, so you spend the next several weeks double-checking every email you send, making sure that your subject makes sense and that you're putting all the important information at the top and that you're not meandering before you get to your point. Or maybe you just need to get the thoughts out of your head before bed every night. So get a journal and take 20 minutes before you turn the lights out and write everything that comes to mind. There's 2 big reasons why you should work on your writing skills. One, like I mentioned earlier, writing is everywhere. It is so common to communicate with others through writing. And the better you are at it, the better you are at communicating your ideas. That leads directly to the second reason, which is the better you can express your ideas to the people around you, the better you can connect with them, and the more you can be a part of this community that you live in. And sure, you could work on the source of your anxiety, and you could practice talking and having face-to-face conversations. Those are great things too, and you should definitely do that. But I'm a writer, and I'm definitely not the guy that you want to come to for advice about talking or... Yeah, exactly.